Okay, so this is my car. This is my Chevy 2006, 2007. We're not even sure. Trailblazer, and that is my car. It's actually my old car because I have. This is my new car. So this brand new beauty is a 2020 Chevy Equinox that I bought in May around my birthday. I think the 2 days after my birthday, actually. Yeah, this is it. This is her, him. I don't know. I'm gonna name the car. I'm not sure yet. And you know, it's good. There's not much to say about it because it is a new car. You know, it doesn't have any memories, doesn't have any like characteristics yet. So you gotta make the memories to really have something to say about it. But yeah, let's talk about the old car. Let's do that first. Let's just reminisce and talk about the old car. You've all seen this car in videos, and it makes my head look huge in here. What is going on? I'm sure it was new at one point. My mom bought this car. Help me do this. It's so hot in here. This car was my mom's primary car back when I was, I think, in junior high. Had to be. And then when I got my driver's license, this is the car that got passed down to me, and I've been driving it ever since. So this car has been through so much. I'm gonna get nostalgic on you. This car has been through so much. This car got me through dances, through proms, through very hard days. I think I've cried in this car so many times. Thousands of coffee runs. So many memories of Riley, my dog, sitting here, my little shotgun rider. You've all seen him sitting in here. There's just so many good memories. This car got me to college in Wisconsin for 4.5 years, there and back and there and back. I moved 3 different times in this car over the course of that time. This car means so much to me. And I know a lot of people are like, yeah, you always remember your first car. Well, they usually have nice classic cars. This car was a hunk of junk to begin with, and I loved it. I love driving around a horrible car that's falling apart. The middle console doesn't stay. It opens all the time. When I brake in this car, you can like feel it braking. Things fly open. This car is covered in hair. It is busted. It is dusted. It is rusted out. Okay, this car was in a hit and run when I was in high school. I was at a sleepover, and as I walked out to go get my car the next morning to drive back to my house, someone had backed into my car. Backseat of the driver's side, there's a huge dent in the car, and it like started rusting out like a year later. So that's been there for the longest time. This car means so much to me because it got me through so much, and it just has so many memories. And you know, this car might not have a lot of value, but it has a lot of character. I don't know, this car just got me through so much. I would put so many little gags in this middle console, you know, napkins shoved in the glove box. I got pictures up here from like a dog walk that I was on and from work. And this car did have a sunroof. It busted about 3 years ago, so now it just teases me that it's up there. You know, I've always wanted to feel like a car is a second home and a safe space. That's why I film in my car. I feel comfortable in here. I feel like I could take on the world. Country roads, the city, any new experiences. I've always wanted my car to feel like that. And this car, I know it was just given to me as is when I started driving, but it grew on me. And I love everything about this car and how old school it is with the CD player, and the steering wheel on here is huge. As I was looking at new cars, they make the steering wheel so much smaller now. I love how big the seats are, how up high Riley gets to sit. I love how big the trunk is. This car was amazing, and I always like this car, and it's probably just gonna be sent to a junker and destroyed for parts or whatever it is. I thought there was a bug on me, but this car means a lot to me, and it always will. I'm not big on new stuff. I like stuff with a little bit of character, a little quirkiness to it, okay? Plus, I filmed so many videos in this car. There's millions of people have seen this car, and this car has had millions of views, and I've taken important phone calls in this car and heard important news and made, you know, life decisions in this car and had long drives and whatever. So I love this car, but I gotta let it go. There's a really good poem that I read in a book, and I will try and find it, where she talks about her car and everything it represented, because that is exactly how I feel about this car. Seems like a lot of people care about their cars, like what they drive or like what the status means of it, but I care more about the car, all the memories that a car holds, which is crazy. But there's no reason for me to keep this car. I don't have the space. My parents don't have the space. It is a junky car. It is ready to be destroyed and sent. It did not pass the admissions test. So in Illinois, you have to get an admissions test done Something about with like the chemicals in the air that it kicks out. Something with that. It did not pass. So this car would have sucked money out of my bank account just to fix this car, when instead I could just buy a new car and let this one go, because otherwise it was just going to keep eating at my bank account. So that's what I decided to do. And if I didn't put the money into this car to fix it to pass the test, I would have not gotten new license plates. So it's very complicated. There's all stuff going on in the background, and you gotta let this one go. So I gotta clean it out. But just so you know that I cherished this car, and I drove the of this car, and we used it till its full potential, okay? When people say I drove that car into the ground, oh, I did. I guess let's clean her out and call it a day. I never even realized or used that you could move. It moves the pedals farther and closer. You can't even see it's moving. But I don't think I ever even touched that. I probably would have helped. I mean, I don't think there could be much more random crap in here. Warheads, wipes. I think this is a thing of gift cards. Just gift cards, okay? Mints, the fork from college, a pad, some money just fell out, contact solution, some more money, a wire, a flashlight. This was in the other video, a frisbee, more contact solution, a sucker, an old perfume. Probably should throw that away. Lots of chapstick, some sugar, hand sanitizer. This is all stuff I probably needed over the years and just never even touched. CDs. There's a car air freshener. A lighter. Okay, now that we're done being sappy, I specifically bought this car because it has a nice big dashboard on it. Was one of the main reasons, which the salespeople were like, you care about the dashboard? I'm like, yeah, for my job, for filming, to do what I need to do, I need a big dashboard and I need to be comfortable in the car. So this has a big dashboard. This is comfortable. I'm left-handed, so I drive like this with my arm on the dash, or on the middle console. And you guys know that that car had a busted middle console. So this one's nice and big. Or I drive with like my arm out the window. So I'm not super huge into the fancy schmancy part of it. This one does have a touch screen on it, which I am not used to. A touch screen. Mine just had the old dial CD plug-in. You know, I don't even have music on my phone. I listen to podcasts and I plug in an iPod. So I have to get used to that. And it has like a voice activation. A nice thing on this car, it has like a mute button on the steering wheel. So I could just, if I'm in a drive-thru, I don't have to crank my music down. I can just mute it temporarily or stop a podcast. That's really nice. I really like this car too because it has a trunk. I feel like a lot of cars nowadays have like no trunk to them whatsoever. And I always want to feel like my car is a safe space and a second home, in a sense that like if I need to pick up my stuff and go, I can on my own, reliant on myself. So it has a nice trunk to it, and even has like a false bottom for like storage underneath, and then a spare tire. I do like the gray and the black tones on the seats, but I am going to get some seat covers because of the shotgun rider who is already in the car. He's going to be in here. You know what's really funny is I pulled up in this car the day that I bought it, and Riley was outside and he was barking at me, barking. He thought I was a stranger. He didn't recognize the car. He didn't recognize me in the car. And I get out and I'm like, bro, I bought this for us. This is for you. This is our office. This is for the coffee runs. Okay. I got a nice big dashboard so I could film. I got a nice little throne for you over here so you can sit on the coffee runs. So I got this for us. But really, to me, buying a new car is a peace of mind. It's nice to drive around and take trips, you know, up to Wisconsin or wherever I need to go and not feel like my old car is going to break down as soon as I get on the highway. It's more of a peace of mind, and I've definitely never spent this much money before on anything. So this was a huge purchase. So it's not a forever decision, but it's a current decision, and it's a big one to make still. So I put a lot of effort into this. I'm still getting used to this car, but I am so proud of myself that I bought this. I bought this. This goober bought this car. There's actually so many things I don't know about this car. I sat in here for like an hour the other day reading the manual because I don't really know how any of the touchscreen buttons work and the whatever. It took me 3 days to figure out the wipers. I kept clicking the thing. It wasn't going. And then I cranked the thing sticking out. Now they work. So it's gonna take me. I don't even know what the horn sounds like. Should we try it? What's the horn? I don't even know. Okay, decent horn. I'm not upset about it. I thought it was gonna be like a little girly horn. Didn't want that. I could have been like, it's not. It's good. It's a good horn. It's a good horn. Okay. So you learn something new every day. It's really cool to sit in this car and to know that I bought it with my money that I've been working really hard for. And I also wanted to say thank you guys. And I said thank you in like my TikToks and the Instagram things that I posted, but thank you guys so much for all the support. And I definitely couldn't have done it without you guys and watching the YouTube channels and, you know, sitting through the ads and everything. That means a lot to me. So I bought this to film more stuff, to further the career, which in turns means more videos and more fun and more coffee. And I gotta get Riley in here. He's literally on vacation right now while I'm filming this. So thank you guys so much. I need like seat covers. I want to get a steering wheel cover. I need a plug-in for my phone. I need a better tripod. I want to get some air fresheners. You know, I still have to clean out the old car. Should probably go do that. It's a disaster. So I have to go do that. But I look like a boss ass bitch. Sit right here. I look like a boss right now. This car. I bought it. Something else really cool about this car is, you know what is, because of the pandemic, they didn't have a lot of cars to choose from. They can't get the microchips that go into the car. That's all the extra added technology. So they're very limited on what they had to offer and everything. You know, I was kind of looking between a Trailblazer and an Equinox, and I picked this one. We had decided, I was doing the paperwork to buy it, and I had to get new license plates for it. So he slapped one on the table, and I said, did you guys plan that? Is that, how do you pick the license plate? He goes, no, I just picked it out of the thing. And I said, okay, that's interesting because the license plate starts with CS, Christine Snaps. I mean, it's perfect. Like it like clicked in my mind that like, if I'm going to buy a new car, it might as well be this one because that was meant to be CS. I'm not going to tell you the rest, but it starts with CS, Christine Snaps. Look at that. A little bit of a personalization on the license plate. I didn't even have to pay for it. This is such a side. Do not run into our garage. This is such a side note. There are literally 2 cats that have been around my house all day fighting. 2 feral cats just fighting around. I thought it was like a raccoon and a squirrel in my neighbor's lawn fighting. No, it's just 2 cats. And I have my garage door open, so I'm going to go close it for you. We have literally cats living in the garage.